Welcome, Jammy bhai. It's been a long time. It's been around 3 months that we
Yes,
have
Kabir.
met, and it's been a great time talking to all of you in the film industry, critic industry, I may say. So, this is basically this is the first episode of one question podcast, and the basic format is कि हमारे पास टाइमर में होगा 15 मिनट. We will कहाँ है कैमरा 15 मिनट. We will just talk about we will just pick one topic and talk about it for 15 minutes, and that's about it. There is no extra पहले का इंट्रोडक्शन, देर इज नो बाद में कैसे हो क्या हाल है वो सब कोई कुछ नहीं है, ठीक है. सो लेट्स गेट इन टू द टॉपिक फर्स्ट. आज का टॉपिक ऑफ डिस्कशन इज बेसिकली द राइजिंग डेस्परेशन फॉर फेम. जो आजकल ओके, लेट मी स्टार्ट अ टाइमर ओनली. आज का राइजिंग डेस्परेशन फॉर फेम, वी हैव सीन, आवर जनरेशन हैज सीन सुपरस्टार, मेगा स्टार्स. जो मतलब आज ही मैं कोई न्यूज़ में पढ़ा था, देर इज सम लेडी हु हैज़ पुट संजय दत्त ऑन हर विल फॉर 32 crores without even meeting him once in his life. So that's the fandom, that's the stardom that we have seen growing up. We have seen Shah Rukh Khan, we have seen Salman Khan, we have seen Hrithik Roshan, Akshay Kumar. All of these are stars. But what we are seeing right now is the desperation to be stars. लेट्स से वीर पहाड़िया वाला जो भी ट्रेंड चल रहा है, दैट इज़ वन. खुशी कपूर, जुनैद खान, बाबिल खान का बीइंग टू स्वीट विद द पेपराजीज. वही सेम चीज़ मैं अभी एक रिसर्च के लिए देख रहा था. इब्राहिम इज ऑल्सो डूइंग सम वॉट द सेम गिमिक. But then also we are seeing good actors who are maybe not from the industry, who are outsiders, who are not doing these shenanigans. Let's say, for example, Lakshay, Raghav, Divyendu, Rajkumar, all of these guys who are down to earth, who are stable in their own lives and still acting well. So the point in तीनों चीज़ों में से, the point that we are going to focus on today is the secondary thing of the people who are desperate to be stars, even though it's been like one or two projects that they have worked in. So I'm going to open the stage to you. What are your thoughts on this?
See, I think right now the atmosphere is such that I think everyone's almost roaming around like a headless chicken because the avenues to promote the same are so many. They assume that every strategy works. So if it includes increasing visibility on social media, they have a weird notion of believing that this will lead to interest and ticket sales. What's essentially happening right now is that it's leading to exhaustion. So, a pretty decent film like Skyforce gets overshadowed because of this excessive PR and marketing, where the concept of the film and its quality goes out of the window, and you're getting this discourse and discussion. So, I genuinely believe that they're struggling for scraps, almost desperate to the point where if they can hold any attention, any eyeballs, it's good enough for them because it's not organically happening anyway. So, if you would see right now with Love Yapa, which is Khushi and Junaid's movie, they are investing in Twitter posts, paid Twitter posts from random accounts, which are comparing it to films like DDLJ. Now, when you have articles which are comparing Veer Paharia's performance to Top Gun Maverick, and it gets so exaggerated to the point where I believe it does more of damage than actually good for a person's reputation and career. So when I see, say, I'll tell you, yesterday I was watching Sanya Malhotra's Mrs. Okay, it's a remake of The Great Indian Kitchen. You can see for what it is. It's a talented individual killing it in the film, and essentially all the promotion that is happening is being welcomed by the public. Whereas when you do extrapolate to the point of comparing it to what the pinnacle is, which might be a Top Gun or a DDLJ classics, that's when everybody reads through it, and I feel like it's definitely doing more of a disservice to the audience that at one point of time loved films, fell in love with it, to the point now where they are becoming as senile and almost disillusioned with the whole concept of stars and whether they should even be revered as anything. Now I'm sadly seeing reality check-in for even people in their formative years. We had such wonder and abandon with movies, and now everyone reads through the lines and almost becomes too analytical, where I believe the wonder and excitement of movies has gone because of this.
Understand. Recently I saw this वीर पहाड़िया इंटरव्यू वेर ही सेइंग कि उनसे पूछा गया कि भाई आपके ऊपर एलिगेशन लगता है कि यू आर डूइंग अ लॉट ऑफ पीआर राइट नाउ द गाय सेज दिस इज नॉट पीआर दिस इज प्यार which significantly says that he's spending money and he's trying to cover that up. That is one example. The second example is something like Sabarmati Report, where we are seeing this guy, the main actor, मैं नाम भूल चुका हूँ,
Vikrant.
Vikrant Massey, right, going around doing every podcast possible, every news podcast, every anywhere he can be present. Same way we have seen other actors who are just doing podcast after podcast after podcast after podcast, just so people are at least aware of the name of the film that there is. I have heard all of your reviews on Skyforce, and all of you have unanimously said that it's a great film. It's a very good film. It's a one time film, but it's a good film to watch. But then there are people like me who are the actual audience who do not want to go to the theater because of the oversaturation of this guy showing up everywhere on our reels. एक टाइम पे अंबानी की शादी में ये हो रहा था कि ऑल ऑफ अस वर गेटिंग फोमो ऑफ शादी सीजन. एट दिस पॉइंट वी जस्ट वांट दिस रिपब्लिक डे fighter pilot thing to end. We have seen Hrithik
Yeah.
Roshan in his fighter movie, and that was good enough
Yeah.
for us. We have seen Bhuj, which was somewhat of a similar story of an airstrike attack, and that was
Yeah.
also satisfying for us. But when we see these guys doing this so desperately, we can see through it. There are other stars such as Kartik Aryan who are just struggling to stay in the industry by any means possible. Let's say Bhul Bhulaiya 3, to be an example. Uh, Even though that's a Vidya Balan movie, that's a Madhuri Dixit movie, we are still seeing Kartik Aryan get the limelight. तो यही the desperation, it baffles me, and it baffles probably everybody else around me who sees this kind of thing being so blatant. But there's also a sense of pity. I'll tell you where I'm coming from. पहले हमारे जनरेशन में we used to see guys struggling, dying to get to Mumbai and get a job, get one project, just one out of anything that they can get, even if it's a sweeper's role in the background. But currently, we are just seeing stars, the kids of stars, who can just go to podcasts, promote whatever project they have made, and that's good enough. And now we are seeing these guys struggle the way we have seen other people like us struggle. So let's get into the future of Bollywood as well. How do you see the future of Bollywood to be?
So
If
see,
the
I'll tell
standard.
you, it's yeah. Kabir, what's crazy is that I was just writing about this. My next video is exactly about this because what I felt was there are four things. What has led to the current environment is that it has led to the birth of an audience that is so disillusioned by the promotion and marketing of what they see online that it takes them away from the experience of watching a movie. Because they come with so much baggage and information of what has led to this ultimate release, they are not actually watching the film for what it is. They come with the baggage of all that information and then form their opinion about it. It's also happened to me where I have to almost reference the come up towards the release and what all has happened before I get to actually analyzing the movie, because I'm addressing a population that is so consistently online that that sense of wonder has also gone away of being like, hi guys, you can also separate the marketing run of this movie to what actually the quality of the film is. So I feel like people are having a tough time in segregating both because they're so entwined with what's going on in terms of the marketing, promotion, social media, anything that has nothing to do with the movie itself. Then what I also was thinking was that, I think Rajkumar Rao in 2017 was talking about this, where, there was a golden period of Ayushman Rajkumar doing really well with these films from small towns that were actually doing exceedingly well theatrically as well. And he was saying that, I spoke to Manoj Bajpayee and he said that 20 years ago, bro, we did not have these opportunities. You're damn lucky that you're getting these opportunities now, making me believe, oh, there's a silver lining also, that things are way better than what they were 20 years ago, just in terms of the avenues people have. And a Jaideep Ahlawat in Patal Lok or a Rahul Bhatt in Black Warrant can, have some visibility or something to show, which didn't exist probably 20 years ago. The third thing that you did bring up about Karthik is that you talk about the struggle of Mumbai, how crazy that place is, and wanting just some sense of validation. When you do hold on to some success, like which Karthik speaks about with Sonu Ki Titu Ki Sweetie, that's only when he got real commercial attention. I sometimes like empathize with him in going to routine, in doing the Bhool Bhulaiya threes and doing the Pyar Ka Panchnama threes, because it's essentially leading to more eyeballs in theaters. So when he does spend 2 years and having this transformation for Chandu Champion, no one's going for these movies. But when he does stick to routine and lowbrow, entertaining commercial cinema, people are going to theaters. So why would I, judge him? I would judge him if he doesn't diversify his filmography, and I hope he does that with power. And Kabir, you can take these tough decisions only when you have power, monetary power, in being like, hey, I can guarantee you butts in theaters, so I will say yes or no to this. When you don't have any standing, then you just, like Tripti, say yes to
Exactly.
everything that comes your way and hope and wish that you can reach a particular level and then probably take the tough calls. So
Have the
I do have
comfort
a
of taking the tough calls.
yeah, yeah. And see, these are people who will have to do 8 to 10 projects, hopefully have some goodwill after that, and then have that power. Whereas Star Kids, even before their launch, have deals already done, have brand deals already done. So they're sorted for the next 5 years, even before they've proven themselves. You've got a Junaid who has the confidence of saying that I don't need to be on social media because the industry knows me and they want to work with me. That comes with such arrogance and privilege that no, a lot of people don't have. So it's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. The Tripti point was also hard hitting because we have seen for the last 10, 12 months how Tripti has shifted her dynamics. But then also we understand that she needs to have enough power in the industry, enough standing in the industry so that she can be the one who takes the calls instead of the producers and the directors doing that for her. So, okay, and just a small question: how the progress that we have seen so far? How do you see Bollywood like क्या कहते हैं उसको evolving in the future? What is there? What's that one glimmer of hope that we can stick to?
Actually, Kabir, I really don't see anything right now because it's only the digital space that's giving me some hope. When I do see a Black Warrant or a Patal Lok, or Abhi, I saw Mrs. with Sanya, I saw the Mehta Boys with Avinash Tiwari and Baman Irani. These are great talents, great stories, something that's heartfelt, and what I remember Hindi cinema to be like. Theatrically, sadly, January's been a really dull year. Badass Ravi Kumar is doing well. Sanam Teri Kasam's re-release is doing well. It's all over the place actually, and the stars and their lineups don't essentially give me the hope of this being a marriage of commerce and content, because Ritik is still doing routine of War 2. Shah Rukh's attempt at King is also to relaunch his daughter. Salman is working with someone like A.R. Murgudas, who is again a routine commercial. It looks like a routine commercial action film. There's a lot of movies that are aping the South. You've got your Baghi Fours and Sunny Deol's Jat. There's no identity left. If there is something, then it's a Border 2 and a Shaitan 3, or
Right.
these are all gimmicks of trying to extend franchises that have zero continuity. So the concept itself of going out on the limb and trying to say something new, trying to say something risky, something that I equate to the mid 2000s of the Rang De Basantis and the Swadeses. It's Jodha Akbars, it just doesn't exist anymore. So I feel like it's definitely like roaming around like a headless chicken right now. You'll get some glimmers of hope. Like, last year we saw 12th Fail and Lapata Ladies, and we thought, oh, things are going to change. Nothing's going to change. These are blips that come in the journey, but it doesn't become routine, sadly. So right now, I'm not actually very hopeful of 2025 being this amazing year for Hindi cinema. But I think, there'll be minor, glimmers of hope, which sadly, I don't know whether it'll pick up in any way. The only thing that gives me hope is, again, Malayalam cinema. They really do go out on the limb with some great stories. And yeah, I have wishful thinking, hoping that things get better, but right now it doesn't look that great.
Okay, that's about it. We can go on for hour or two, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's not the format of the show. And that's about it. We are out of time. Just one question before I can let you go. If you like the conversation, please suggest two more names of people who you would think would be a good guest, a good conversation, according to you.
I would definitely say Simon Says really intrigues me because he, comes sporadically online and has an interesting analysis of the digital space. I would want to be curious about what his assessment of the same is, and the concept of content creation, at least the slave that everyone becomes, is of consistency. So I sometimes wonder on how he manages the same of stepping in when he feels passionate about something and not being a slave to the algorithm. That would be an interesting thing. Um, and I'm actually very interested on someone like, say, Think School. If you've seen
Right.
his
Yeah, yeah,
YouTube channel,
yeah.
I feel like he has great insights of us as a nation, and some of the almost like confrontational questions he's asked some of our politicians does make me interested on what his view of the youth, what his view of our political systems is, and how that can shape probably future generations. I think that could be a good discussion.
Great. Thank you for
Yeah.
the suggestions. It was great sitting with you. We'll meet soon, hopefully. Yada,
Yes,
yada, yada.
yes.
The rest of the pleasantries, and that's about it.
Thank you so much,
Uh,
Kabir. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.